Okay, so hiding. So basically, in order to hide, you move next to a piece of terrain and mark the model as hidden as your second action. That allows you not to be shot at unless you are subsequently found by someone else searching. But it also allows you the ability to effectively invoke an ambush, okay, which is a really good mechanic and, you know, horrendous if you get caught by one. Okay, so be warned. You know, a decent archer or something hidden in a tree, gearing up, ready to fire. You walk out and yeah, hey presto, yeah, you're dead. Okay, so how this basically works is if you've got a hidden model, you automatically get to make an attack action if somebody activates within your range. So for example, if I've got a range of 18 with a bow, someone activates within that, then you are automatically allowed to do a shoot action. All right, so this is before the model gets to do anything. So the activating model basically says, right, I'm activating this model, I'm going to do a move. You can measure at any point, remember, so you measure the distance and you can go, I'm going to ambush him. All right, if he's within range. So then you follow the rules for the ambush. Once the ambush itself has expired, then that model can continue his move as he would have done if he's still alive, that is. Okay, so in order to basically do that, what you need to do is effectively follow the following criteria for the ambush. Okay, so what you need to roll for is the ambusher's concealment value, again the D value, versus the defender's awareness value. Okay, now if the ambusher wins, then all well and good, you move straight on to the next phase. If the defender wins though, he has become aware of your presence, so you've knocked a twig as you pushed out the bush to fire or whatever, and you can still get to do your action. However, it's now at -2 because the defender is a little bit more aware of you, still being caught off guard, but he's not as much of a sitting duck as he was before. Okay, so follow the following modifiers. All right, so they are, apart from the target, no other enemy within 12 inches of the ambusher at the start of the ambush, +5. That is brutal. Okay, ambusher has not moved this turn. All right, so obviously if he's moved into cover, then effectively, obviously you're not going to get this bonus, but if he'd already been sat there hidden, then you're at +3. So again, that could be quite brutal. For every enemy model within 6 inches at the start of the ambush is -2. All right, and for each enemy model with clear or partial line of sight to the ambusher at the start of the ambush, -1. Okay, so there are some, you know, cumulative modifiers there to sort of compensate for that. But if you can get the right type of ambush off, then again, that can be very brutal. And you know, again, obviously that includes spells. Now, as regards combat from an ambush, if you haven't moved, you can obviously make a move towards the enemy, or if you've hidden in your first action and you've got a retained move, then again you can move out and obviously try and ambush them by hitting them in combat. So again, there is that option as well. However, I think most ambushes, generally speaking, are going to be happening very much more with shooting and spells, whereas combat, likelihood is you're going to be trying to get into combat fairly swiftly. But again, each to their own. The options are there, but definitely it's something that the missile troops are going to utilise because they're not going to be very well armed or armoured, and as such, obviously, you're going to want to protect them, keep them back because they've got the benefit of range. So again, that's a really nice sort of mechanic that a lot of games seem to miss out on. Right, so we've pretty much covered, I think, most of the main rules there. Now, how do you win a game of Burrows and Badgers? Okay, so obviously, depending on the scenario, obviously there'll be scenario rules in there. Also, the other advantage of this is you've got nice secondary missions as well, so you get more experience points for doing certain tasks, like killing the Magi or getting one of your models off the board or keeping someone alive, these kind of things. But again, obviously, if you just put 2 warbands down, totally irrelevant because they're only there for the experience points, and as such obviously for the campaign side, which is fantastic, and even in its own just a good reason to buy the book. Even if you don't want to use it for Burrows and Badgers, the campaign system itself works brilliantly. So anything of that kind of era, sort of late medieval, bear in mind there is black powder in there, but again, buy it for the campaign rules. They're brilliant, honestly. Right, so anyway, back to winning the game. So effectively, you can voluntarily route. Okay, so if you're getting literally your ass handed to you, you can basically just go, you know what, we've had enough of this, and withdraw from the battle, but you will lose experience points. Again, one-off game, not relevant. Campaign, don't want to lose experience points. You want those, so fight on. However, once you've lost more than 50% of your force, then you have to do a test at the end of a turn. Okay, to see if your warband routes, and you test against the leader, his fortitude. If the leader is dead, then you go to the second in charge, okay, or your second, as it's referred to. And if that's failed, or if he's dead as well, then you're pretty knackered anyway. But you go to the next highest down, okay, and you roll basically fortitude against the presence stat of the opposing warlord. Again, if their warlord's down, you do it on their second, and so on and so forth. So it's the route, or the potential router's fortitude versus the potential dominant force's presence. And obviously if you succeed in that roll off, you carry on, and if you fail, you rout, and that ends the game. Okay, so there are some advanced rules, which is basically heroic sacrifice. So when you're down to literally near death, your hero can basically get bonuses to his sort of ability to fight. So he's literally his last stand, and he's going down like a whirling dervish. Okay, and also magic. Okay, so magic itself is quite straightforward in the fact that again, it's rolling off. All of the information's in the rule book. Okay, but rather than give you everything from the rules, I'm going to leave magic out. So buy the rule book. Okay, support Michael and Joe, and basically buy the rules, get the campaign, get the magic. Magic's straightforward. This game is straightforward. It's brilliantly straightforward, but brilliant as well. All right, so do support them. Do check out all their miniature range. Again, I will put a montage of some wonderful little characters, and I'll also link their website in the description below. So do check it out. Do enjoy it. They paint up beautifully. There's no gluing other than to the base. They all come as one complete model. Okay, so there's no gluing or anything, literally, and the quality of the sculpts, very little cleanup. Some of the later bigger guys are in resin, but the vast majority is in metal. And do check them out. Brilliant game. And as I say, if you haven't subscribed yet, do subscribe, because lots of games coming, lots of battle reports for Burrows and Badgers. So do check it out. Also do check out the Facebook group as well for them, which is Burrows and Badgers. Or if you're in the West Midlands, for some unknown reason, Badgers and Burrows. But anyway, so that's it. Do check us out as well. Obviously, do check us out at blackdragonminiatures.com. And lots of games. Also do check out about in the YouTube channel. Lots of different games that we do, so we don't focus on any one particular game. Lots of content there that maybe you won't see anywhere else. Okay, so quite an eclectic range of games that we cover, not all your big GW ones. We do have some of that content by all means, but because of my age, it tends to be the older stuff, so Warhammer 6th. But anyway, do check it out, and we hope to see you soon. Bye bye.